Yo, what's going on? It's your main man, Rick the Dawn, and I want to address this narrative about Jay-Z not having any competition in the Verzuz.
Swear I bought a fist full of gear this year.
I know for a fact there are three people who could not only beat Jay-Z in the Verzuz, but destroy Jay-Z in the Verzuz. And it's not who you think. Look, there's this narrative going on around Jay-Z's legacy where people are legitimately doubting his relevancy and his candidacy for being called the greatest rapper of all time. And their narrative is, what era did Jay-Z dominate? Now, while I feel like I could answer that question, they have a relevant point. In the eras that I believe Jay-Z dominated, naysayers are saying, hey, those eras belong to the likes of 50 Cent, Nelly, Ludacris, Lil Wayne. And of those four artists, none of them are the ones who I know could beat Jay-Z in the Verzuz. Now, I'll quickly address who you probably think the true answer is, that being Lil Wayne. Without throwing any shade, because I'm actually a Wayne fan, Lil Wayne can not only not beat Jay-Z in the Verzuz, he is not the greatest rapper of all time. Everybody who is smart enough to know, or everyone who was there from the beginning, knows that Lil Wayne does not write his own rhymes. Look, the truth cannot be shade. I'll say it again. The truth cannot be shade. All you have to do is go listen to Lil Wayne when he first came out and say, hey, how did his rhyme go from this to what we have today? It's that simple. But if you need more, here it is. Go listen to Lil Twist, because everyone knows that Lil Twist has been writing for Wayne for quite some time. You can't be considered a rap fan or a Lil Wayne fan if you don't know that Lil Wayne uses Lil Twist to write his rhymes. Moving on. Look, look, let's get it out the way. Jay-Z is an amazing artist, and I love the quote where he basically says, there's no one who can stand on that stage with me. That is why Jay-Z is who he is and why he's so revered. And I was listening to Squeeze First, Ask Questions Last. Like, that's the best version of Jay-Z. When I squeeze, this is always popping, so I'm living today. Look, all right, I'm not going to fan out. I'm not going to fan out. Let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. The boy code. Can't take that from him. But there are three artists who could potentially take that from him. I want to start with the most obvious and then move to the more obscure. Let's start off with the most obvious person who can beat Jay-Z in the Verzuz. That being, Eminem. Everybody knows Eminem has Jay-Z's card, lyrically and musically. A lot of that is due to the fact that Eminem is a white American artist and he has an entire separate fan base from hip hop. So that just catapults him to a different stratosphere and gives him, dare I say, an uneven advantage. But then again, he is being crowned, this white boy is being crowned the king of hip hop, which is a disadvantage. So it balances out. So in my opinion, I think the most obvious answer is Eminem. Eminem could easily beat Jay-Z. He has the catalog to compete with Jay-Z's catalog. Not only could Eminem beat him in terms of a catalog, I believe they were to go face to face in a lyrical battle, Eminem dusts him off. Now, I will say, look, Eminem to me is on a downward slope or downward decline. His music hasn't really been hitting. It's lost its soul, but that's a personal opinion. So I'm not going to waste this video on that kind of stuff. But let's move on to the second person who could easily beat Jay-Z in the Verzuz. Tupac. Tupac is so far ahead of his time that Tupac doesn't have to physically be here to even beat Jay-Z. Put Jay-Z on a stage and just play Tupac's music while Jay-Z's there. And then watch Jay-Z's face. Tupac still has Jay-Z's number after being gone for so long. How many years has it been since 96? Put any Jay-Z song, play any Jay-Z record, and when you're done, we'll wait. Okay? Y'all ready? Okay. We still got more time? Okay. Then play Dear Mama. Okay? Play My Ambitions as a Rider. Play any Tupac song. Okay? It's a rap. Play Me Against the World. Brenda's Got a Baby. Play anything. Keep your head up. It's over. California Love. Jay-Z cannot compete with Tupac even now. Even though Tupac is not here. You can put a picture of Tupac on the stage while Jay-Z's up there. You can put a hologram. Jay-Z loses 10 out of 10 times. It's kind of like the LeBron versus Michael Jordan debate. Even though LeBron has stayed in the game longer, what Jordan did in the little time that he had just, to me, supplants LeBron James's argument for greatest of all time. And that's kind of the case for Tupac. Now, let's talk about who I know could easily dust Jay-Z in the verses. And it's not even close. And it's not even close, Sean. It's not even close. The person who could easily beat Jay-Z in the verses, and I do mean easily, is Beyonce Knowles Carter. Everybody knows that. His wife is the person who can dust him. Beyonce is light years better than Jay-Z to a lot of people. Yeah, I know it's hip hop. Oh, it's hip hop. It's hip. Look, man, it's black American music. The end. Beyonce would absolutely dust Jay-Z in every possible way. Look, Jay-Z would like you to believe that he became a billionaire because of his entrepreneur spirit and, his catalog. No, he became a billionaire because of who he married. That's why he's a billionaire, because she brought more to the table than probably he did. Beyonce would absolutely eviscerate Jay-Z in the verses. I just heard it last night because I was writing and one of my favorite songs by Beyonce came on. You know what that song was? Kitty Cat. Beyonce eviscerated Jay-Z on the song Kitty Cat. Now you can call it an R&B record. I call it a diss record. You got to know what you don't know. At this point, Jay-Z was messing up. And Beyonce was like, look, I like you, I love you, but check this out, Playboy. I'm not feeling it. Like, you think you this, you think you all that, you call yourself God? I ain't feeling it, God. That's what she's telling him. And I love that record because it's an eye-opener for people like Jay-Z. And even people like myself. Sometimes we get a little bit above our bridges. And it just takes a little bitty old woman to bring them back down to earth. Happens all the time, happens every day. And she absolutely destroys Jay-Z on that record. Make no mistake. Jay-Z was punching the air when that record came on. Just go listen to it. Kitty Cat by Beyonce. She eviscerates Jay-Z. And the minute she plays that song on stage, watch Jay-Z's face. Because I always predict things before they happen. So it'll be like 2 to 3 years from this day when Jay-Z and Beyonce take the Verzuz stage. And they're going to act like I didn't invent it. They do that all the time. I'm used to it. But check it out. Watch Jay-Z's face. This is, it's funny. This is November 2nd, 2025 when I say this. Now, when it actually happens in about 3 or 5 years, watch Jay-Z's face. I'm already seeing it, or I can already see it. He's going to smile because he has no other choice. He's going to smile. But she's going to eviscerate him with that song. By that song by itself. Don't forget about Me, Myself, and I. Don't forget about Destiny's Child. Don't forget about Girls Run the World. All these songs by Beyonce have a hip-hop edge to them. That's why they actually matter. That's why they count. So don't get it twisted. Beyonce will absolutely dust Jay-Z off. Easily, by the way.